Now I get it. It's April Fool's Day. When you play that before a guest, though, maybe they're thinking you're digging at
Well, I think Dr. Jasser probably figures we're referring to, I don't know, Kerry, Biden, take a pick.
The Arab world.
Yeah, exactly.
Or is Dr. Jasser that? Is he Jewish? Or?
Yes. No, he's not.
Oh, okay. Whatever. All right, let's put this in the awkward intro Hall of Fame. But what chance do we have in the Mideast when Keenan and Kel can't get back together?
Amen, brother.
Joining us now, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, founder of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy, author of A Battle for the Soul of Islam, an American Muslim patriot's fight to save his faith. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Jasser.
Dennis, it's always great to come back and talk to you and get the voice of reason and sanity in a world of darkness.
Well, I'm
from you.
That's why I stay suitably uninformed, Dr. Jasser. What was this ass kiss on Saudi Arabia about? The king, I guess he hinted that if we didn't get it together with the Iranians, that he would start building a bomb, right?
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, President Obama has taken the symbolic genuflection to a new level. We get beatings from Russia in the press, and now we're going to the king of Saudi Arabia. And, you know, it's unfortunate that, we have the same enemy in Iran, in Assad, and Hezbollah, and yet we're unable to articulate a policy that puts the Saudis on notice and says, listen, we will help you against the common enemy and help maintain parity in the region if you begin inside the kingdom to defend universal human rights, to defend women's rights, to release prisoners of conscience like Raif Badawi, who had an organization called Free Liberal Saudis that has been in prison. And basically it's an organization like ours, the American Islamic Forum for Democracy, and all they want is a separation of mosque and state, and he's been in prison. But no, you know, he doesn't take any lead from history where Reagan used to not only pressure the Soviets, but talk about Natan Sharansky and all the other prisoners of conscience when he did so. And we may have common enemies, but what our president should have said is, listen, King of Saudi Arabia, we don't have common allies. In Syria, you want us to help and give your allies manpower to shoot rockets into aircraft. And unfortunately, your allies on the ground are not ours. There are Free Syria Army allies that we should be helping, but certainly not the same Islamists and radicals that the Saudis and the Qataris are helping. And none of that, Dennis, came out of the meetings last weekend. And unfortunately, we just saw them dancing around how, oh, please help us. We want to work with you. And we have a common thing against the nuclear armamentation of Iran. And, you know, what did that produce? Nothing.
Yeah. Our ass kiss on the House of Saud across the ages embarrasses me. Listen, I can understand that there has to be a civil relationship due to economic matters and stuff like that. And plus, I don't think that they're the absolute craziest actors in the area. But I see that you think of Saudi Arabia as enemies of freedom, and that's in quotes. But that being said, I don't find them as Mad Hatters as some people over there. Do you?
You're right. They have been on the side of the West, not only from a economic perspective, but they just recently declared the Muslim Brotherhood to be an enemy of them. So on many things, we seem, even Israel recently has been meeting with them directly, which we wouldn't have thought to be possible because of the issues with Iran. But you can't overestimate the impact. 90% of the world's education on Islamic issues comes from Saudi Arabia, and that's 1% of the Muslim population. So they're spending, if you look at the radicalization of Muslims abroad, the avoidance of women's issues, the frozen nature of any effort at reform, it's because this desert tribe thinks they control the Muslim consciousness, and any opening of that society, they say, would be an end to their moderation, when in fact, there was a report on Channel 4 just in Britain last week of two daughters of the king himself that say they're imprisoned and have not been able to get out of house confinement because of forced marriages and other things.
Yeah,
So
they're
there's
nuts
so many
in-house.
contradictions.
Right. Megyn Kelly had a great, very disturbing piece last night on honor, killings and honor, discipline, and all that stuff in that part of the world. And man, in-house, even the moderates can get crazy over there, man. The way they treat their women. God, there's enough of a reason to to not get along with that part of the world. It was absolutely brutal. The genital mutilation and the forced marriages between 10-year-old girls and 50-year-old guys. Oh, man, it was just a grotesquerie. We're talking...
Yeah,
Go ahead, Doc.
But that documentary we helped, we've been involved in, and we're a partner in.
Oh, good
and
for
it
you,
brings
Doc.
to light so many issues.
God, every time I hear something good and brave, I mean, I really have to compliment you. We've got sort of a loosey-goosey conversational vibe between each other because I consider you an old friend now, but I don't think I remind people that every time I find something honorable and brave and noble coming out of that part of the dialogue, it's coming out of Dr. Jasser's lips. And people hear about CARE all the time, but I would remind you that Dr. Zuhdi Jasser is the founder of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. Say it loud and say it proud. This is a very good man. All right, so what else is happening? Let's talk about CARE. A few weeks ago I saw, is Ebe Cooper still a big guy over there? Is he still in play? Ibrahim Hooper or whatever the hell his name was.
Yep, him and his friends, Nihad Awad, and the former leaders of the Palestinian group that weren't able to get a constituency with that, so broadened to hijack the Islamic community for their cause. And, you know, there's been no more revealing episode between our organizations than the fact that when they identified us as supposedly anti-Muslim and Islamophobic, we challenged them and got a venue at Georgetown with a moderator, sent them a formal letter requesting publicly that they have a Lincoln Douglas debate with us about what the definition of Islamophobia is and how we can demonstrate our love for our faith through reform and critical thinking. And they explicitly refused and compared our organization to the KKK and their organization to Martin Luther, and just demonstrates that they prefer to operate in the shadows of hate and libel and propaganda, and will not confront, which I think is really more Islamic, for us to be open and debate it at a university, but they won't do that. And if you saw with this documentary, Honor Diaries, really, CARE has shut down showings of that film.
I know.
And it really shows that it's really, the title really rings true, which is CARE is all about preventing an image problem for Muslims rather than really dealing with the honor of what is Islam and what is not, and the things we need to reform. And they don't want to do it because they're operating with the Saudis, with the Qataris, and all the other power interests to keep things the way they are.
Well, wear it as a badge of honor that they're dropping a race card on you. That's how far out of the way they had to go because they knew you were onto the scent of something. To call you the KKK, that's when you're in. That's when you're inside their perimeter a little. You know what I mean? They're a little they're worried about you, and they're worried about that documentary because they save the race card till they really need it. So, welcome to the clan, my friend. All the rest of us are in it. It seems they throw the card around very capriciously over there. So nobody showed for the debate. Is there any chat about having one down the road, or they're just going to continue to demonize you but never actually meet you face to face to do it?
They explicitly said they won't participate. They said that's the last communication they're going to have with us. They refused to come on Kelly File yesterday to debate Brooke Goldstein, and it seems that they've now gone to the next level, which is to circle their wagons and dig in their heels, because they can no longer say it's just Zuhdi Jasser. That film had 9 brave women from Europe, from Canada, from the U.S. many of whom we work with, and it's no longer, I mean, that movie's about a movement of women who are working against gender apartheid. Our organization has created a coalition of 20 different movements of organizations. So these guys are circling their Islamist wagons. The Prime Minister of the UK today announced that he's going to investigate the Brotherhood headquarters in England, and a lot of those organizations in England are connected to American Muslim legacy groups like CARE and the Islamic Society of North America. So despite Obama and our administration's lack of attention to these things, other more brave and honest people are moving forward to expose what these guys are all about.
Well, Doc, I'm really thankful for cats like you, because as I watch those women, I think, my God, these women must never trust men again. And then later in life, they come across heroic cats like you and think, all right, there's somebody I can at least trust and aspire to. What a nice legacy for you. Plus, Dr. Jasser, I would remind you, in the Islamic People magazine, just voted the second sexiest man in the universe. How's that feel?
I don't know what to say to that one.
Doc.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Just singing the praises. Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. Follow him on Twitter at Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. And once again, his organization, and it is the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. Now, there's one I'd join. Can I join, or do I have to be Islamic?
Absolutely. We are supported by a number of all faiths and Americans. We don't take foreign money, but this is an interfaith project to help lift platforms for all those courageous Muslims. So absolutely.
Well, I trust 5 Islamic people in the world, and you're 5 of them. I'm kidding. Go get him, Dr. Jasser.
Yes, sir. Will do. Thank you.
Good man.